And I see the robin.
I'm just searching for equality, looking for some reason, no finding no apologies. But I do want opportunity, hard work, it ain't new to me.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Auntie Bee on her deathbed. And it's Rach the Gem on her fluffy cloud. So I'm feeling good.
And welcome to Melanin Boulevard.
Thanks for listening. We are actually recording this episode early. It's Friday, the 30th, December 30th, for next week because B is going out of town.
Yes.
Maybe if they let her get on the plane.
Listen, I'm going to be throwing bows. Like, I don't give a fuck if my eyeballs is falling out my head. I'm getting on this plane. I've got to get away from Vegas for a few days, just away from everything. But when you guys hear this will be January 4th, the first episode of the year and also week 11. So,
Happy New Year's. I hope y'all made it through.
Yes.
So let's hit the show. So we're recording early. You guys got that. And we really didn't have a weekend because we just recorded on Wednesday. So how was your Thursday, Friday?
Just laid up in the bed, sick. That's about it. Yesterday I woke up with a mild fever and life was ending because the room kept spinning every time I sat up. But back at work tomorrow, so I guess I better suck it up.
Mm-hmm. You better use some of them health tips. Stop playing with your life.
I got my tea and lemon and honey going right now.
So in the 2 days, I just did the regular old thing. Work. But I did want to shout out Crystal, Isri, and Abner. So I think it was the first official episode that we recorded, and it was no one could hear me. It was warped out, so it sounded like I was underwater. And I had a birthday shout out for Isri. He's the cutest little boy. He turned 4. And no one got to hear me shout him out. So I want to shout him out. And Crystal, which is my really, really, really good friend in Florida. She listens to every single show.
Yay.
Like on time. So I'm so thankful. And so does her husband, Abner. Abner, what's up? I love you guys. Y'all the best. And thanks for listening. And I just want to let them know I didn't forget.
Oh, snap. Okay. I have an impromptu shout out. I just thought about something. So when the episode comes out, it's going to be January 4th, which just so happened to be my baby mama's birthday. It's baby Corey's godmom. I call her my baby mom. So happy birthday, Misha. She's also a faithful listener out of Phoenix. So happy birthday to her. Love you, girl.
Happy birthday.
So let's move forward. So health tip, going into the new year with the holidays just passing. We know you guys was getting it in with the alcohol. Mm-hmm. I know I was personally. Had a little Hennessy, a little Crown. I even threw some vodka up in there.
Oh
y'all
my
know
God.
I don't drink white.
You want a bellyache.
Right. So what we want to do this week was go over some health tips on ways to detox your liver because all of that alcohol will do some damage. So the first one is water. Can't stress that enough. Every time we give you guys a health tip, we always say water somewhere up in there because why? That naturally flushes out your body.
And your body is made up of mostly water.
And it's something that's needed. So the second one is milk thistle, which, funny story. Every time I used to come to Vegas when I lived in Phoenix, my cousin used to always pack milk thistle, and right before we would hit the strip, she would toss everybody their milk thistle pills. We would take it, and so we could drink.
Detox before.
Well, what happens is it kind of stops the toxins from fully taking over. So it's known as it's a natural herb, which is an anti-inflammatory and also has antioxidants. So like it doesn't do as much damage to your liver when you take it before and after. Just so y'all know. It also is known for decreasing the damage to the liver, like I said, which is caused by various other things other than alcohol, prescription medicine being one of them. So even if you're not a drinker and you find yourself that you take a lot of prescription medication, it's still good to throw some milk thistle in your regimen, your vitamin regimen. Number 3, garlic. You can get it in the pill form. Me personally, if I feel like I'm doing a flush, I'll just keep my ass at home for a few days and just drink garlic water. That way I'm not in nobody's face, not doing too much, killing anybody's nose hairs. But what that does is it aids the liver by activating the enzymes that actually flushes out the toxins. So what it does is it helps your liver do what it's supposed to do. Number 4, green tea. Since the liver is the body's largest organ for detox, green tea also aids with the body's natural detox process. So again, not saying that this is going to be one of those things that's going to just completely detox because you're taking it, but what it's doing is it's actually helping the liver detox your body. I'm sorry, y'all. I sound like somebody got a clothespin on my nose right now. Number 5, leafy green vegetables like spinach, arugula, mustard greens, just to kind of name a few. They all contain cleansing compounds, and honestly, they're just good to have in your diet anyway. So
all day,
every day. And then the final thing is turmeric, which is a superfood. You can use it to season your food. You can have like tea, whatever, however you want to do it. It doesn't have like a strong taste for food season, so sprinkle it on some of your veggies and stuff like that. But what that does is it's going to protect the liver from toxic damage and even regenerate damaged liver cells. So there y'all have it. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody got no liver disease by March, because we gave you the tools to succeed with your liver.
So, we did not have a king or queen this week. So guess what? We're going to queen ourselves.
Hey.
And you want to know why? Because we are consistent. And I'm so proud of us for going out and doing what we wanted to do, which is start this podcast and being consistent. And sometimes when you do things and you tell your friends or family, you're kind of maybe sometimes afraid of what they're going to say, or if anybody's going to support you. But we went into this not really caring.
Giving a fuck.
Yeah, who's going to listen, or, this is just something that we wanted to do. And greatly, we've had some really good feedback, and we've had guests on the show, and next year looks amazing for us. So I am queening Melanin Boulevard, the Melanin Boulevard ladies.
Yes.
So good job, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, girl.
Girl, yes. So word on the Boulevard. So Cardi B, which 2017 was her year.
Yeah, it was.
She drops a new single,
Bartier Cardi.
Like featuring 21 Savage, and I haven't heard it.
It's ratchet club music. It's not something I would just bump around the house.
I bump ratchet music around the house.
I don't know.
I like Cardi B.
I do too. The song is not garbage. It's just not something I will put on my top 10 right now. Maybe I need to hit. Well, Bodak Yellow was like that for me too. But after a while, after playing it and just like really listening to it, I was cool.
I like the song. She says, "Looking like I hit a lick."
Oh, lick.
I like that song. Anyways, next, good job, Barty Cardi. 40 Glock claims that Game paid hush money to a 14-year-old girl that he got pregnant. We'll see more about that.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out.
Now, today, all on my timeline, we already know that Vincent Hubert and Tamar.
So gross looking. I'm sorry.
He is a big ass Capri Sun. Big fucking just deflated Capri Sun. Ugh. They broke up. And there's been some abuse allegations and things like that going on. And now supposedly Laura Govan, this no vagina having ass gaping hole, and Vincent Hubert are together, and she supposedly told Tamar that she's pregnant. So this will be interesting.
See, I'm getting different avenues of the tea, because the story I read said that Gilbert Arenas, who's her ex, was the one that was like dropped, like spilling the tea.
Yeah, he spilled the tea on them even dealing with each other. Right, because I guess he saw them out. But then the other day, Laura took it upon herself to call Tamar and tell her she's pregnant.
No, bitch, you didn't call my phone.
She called her phone.
You call my phone.
Tamar, though.
Listen, me and my sisters will be slapping 5 over the sea all the way to wherever that bitch live. Like, let's go. She got bold enough to...
Vincent over there got her.
Let me just say, SZA got you hoes really feeling yourself in 2017. What you need to do is know your role, which is the side chick.
Laura,
ain't no weekend.
Laura, obviously, Ayanla didn't help your ass out.
They was on there. She was on there.
She was, and it was just a dry ass show. Just dry. Dry.
But you know what? This makes me feel like she really was fucking with Shaq when him and Shawnee was married.
I wouldn't put it past her because it's Laura. Anything to come up, anything.
Oh, God.
And I also saw Tamar, she was at her concert and she kind of had a little rant and she was like, I know my worth now. And when you know your worth, you start acting different. It's real cute. So go check it out. But good luck to them. Alabama Police Department under investigation for the beating of a 17-year-old Ulyssess Wilkerson.
That was, did you see those pictures of him? Like
with the swollen face?
Yeah. Yeah, that was him.
Things like that make my whole body cringe. So I don't want to get mad. It just hurts my feelings.
Girl, it's even worse when you have sons because it's just like you feel like you just have to, like, I feel like it sucks that I have to have that pep talk with Wesley when he leaves the house. Don't do anything stupid. You know, if you get pulled over, comply, you know.
But even complying, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, what do we tell these boys?
You can't really tell them anything, honestly. That's why I just tell them, you know, just comply. And if something goes wrong from there, then we just have to, you know, deal with it from there. But essentially, don't run. Like this boy ran, basically.
Oh, wow.
Which is the reason why. So they went from we gonna get the niggas what they want and not shoot him, but we just gonna beat his ass real good. Like, what That's the fuck?
Bullshit.
Yeah, like, okay, how about don't shoot us or beat our ass,
right.
You know?
I'm over it. Eric Garner's daughter, the one who got choked out and couldn't breathe, and that was mocked at his rally and protest. His daughter passes away following a heart attack on Christmas Eve. She was in a coma and she passed away, and she just had a baby. She has some other children also. It's really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad.
Just really, really sad.
The sad part that really sucks is that she, like, after that happened with her dad, she really, like, was really a big activist and really rallied a lot for, like, Black Lives Matter. And it's like she never really got to see the outcome of her work, you know, which probably there'll never be an outcome, to be honest, because we live in America.
I mean, it brought awareness,
right?
If anything, it brought awareness and, you know, helped drive the movement.
Yeah.
So I just prayers to her family, and we just got to keep fighting and keep each other aware of what's going on.
Yes.
And keep sharing and do whatever you feel you need to do in order to not stifle our request for equality. Do that. If that's just sharing, do that. If that's going to a rally, do that. Everybody has their own way of contributing to the movement.
Everybody should definitely play a part in the movement as well. Don't turn a blind eye to it until something happens to, you know, you or someone specifically
close
in your
to you.
family, because you know, it's just one of those situations where we're all in this together, like collectively as Black people.
We need to be, and we're supposed to be. So we have to stick together, and that's cliche, but that is just what that is.
Sometimes a cliche is the truth, though.
Mm-hmm. Lastly, Jay-Z releases his video for Family Feud.
Did you see it?
I did, and Boo's so cute.
She is so cute.
I love. Well, you didn't like it?
It was just really weird, like. It was really like so the beginning part where it had like all the actors and stuff like that. Because, when Michael B. Jordan first walked in the room, I was like, oh, yes, Lord. Yes, God. And then they had like all the actresses and stuff like that. But then when they went into the part where he was actually singing and stuff like that, it was just like really weird for me. I was just like,
well, I just got maybe a soulful feeling from it because the song kind of has that feel. And it's kind of like Jay-Z's just coming clean, like, you know what I mean? Just facing the congregation.
Yeah, but that would have been okay if it wasn't like nobody but Blue in the church. Like, is that the whole congregation?
That's his congregation.
And then I see he's in the like they made it like Catholic.
I see what you mean.
You know, and I get it. He's confessing his sins to Beyonce. I get that part. But it was just kind of like, it was just weird. Like, it was just weird. I mean, I ain't talking bad about the Carters. I love them. Mm-hmm. But it was just a really weird video.
Well, more to see from that album. I can't wait to see more.
Listen, I'm not going to keep turning my title on, okay? I had to borrow a title from a friend to see this video.
On everything, I was contemplating title, but all my playlists are on Spotify.
All my playlists are on Apple Music. And title be having a lot of technical difficulties.
They do.
Yes.
They be turning my music off.
Yeah, and like you'll be in the middle of something and it starts buffering and I'm like,
yeah, that was one thing. I do like the exclusive videos.
That I do like, but I don't watch them enough to pay.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough to drop my playlist.
Sorry,
if there's
y'all.
a way that I can transfer my playlist
over
and y'all don't buffer and stop playing my music in the middle of it, because I love Tidal. They almost have pretty much everything that I'm looking for. Yeah. So it's just my playlist though.
And it's easy to navigate through and stuff like that. So y'all hear the requests of the ladies in Melanin Boulevard, right? Tidal, step it up and we'll come back over.
I will. And I probably will anyways, just because, damn it.
Sometimes
why
I just
y'all have
like
to have exclusive albums?
Right. I mean, it's gonna be on. I don't know about Spotify, but I know it'll.
Spotify don't be playing. Spotify like, we ain't paying for that because they still don't have Beyonce's Lemonade on there.
Damn. I know.
And it says the same message. We really are trying to get this album.
Damn. They're like, nah, bruh. I know it's gonna be on Apple Music, the video, because it normally comes out like a week after it drops.
So
on Tidal.
Apple Music has the Beyonce Lemonade album.
Yeah, Apple Music.
Maybe I'll go.
And that's her whole catalog.
Okay,
actually.
maybe I'll go to Apple Music.
Jay-Z took his catalog back and put it just exclusively on Tidal, but then now it's back on Apple Music. I don't know what's happening with that, but
well, I'll think about it. So let's proceed.
All right. So our next segment, these are going to be 10 things that Auntie Bee and Rach.MelaninBlvd don't want to see in 2018.
Shoot, it was supposed to be 10. I don't know why I saw 5.
Because it was 5 each.
Oh, got you. My bad.
Sorry, y'all. But these are 10 things that we don't want to see in 2018. So this is just our personal opinion about stuff. You know, not just throw any shade at nobody, but maybe a little
palm
shade.
Trees.
I mean, all the palm trees in the world. Palm Springs.
Weeping willows, motherfucker.
Oh my God.
About to shake the hell out your ass.
Right? So a couple of things we're just going to share because we're tired of seeing it.
Yeah.
So number one for me, and I posted on my Instagram, if you guys follow me on IG at naturally_naturally_B, naturally me. I posted this meme today about GoFundMe. So number one for me is GoFundMe to cover funeral costs.
Black people.
We have got to do better in 2018. There is no reason why we should have car washes and GoFundMe pages
when Pookie
to bury a
passes
loved.
away.
Thank you.
Stop.
There's insurance companies out there that will cover you with pre-existing conditions.
Yeah.
There are other avenues that you could take. What was it? Pre-planning?
Pre-planning is for the funeral and services.
Right.
Well, we're going to do a show.
Yeah, we'll do a
next
show
year
on it, but just highlighting some things that you can do.
Y'all, start educating yourself. We will help you because we'll do a whole episode on insurance. Why as black people, we need insurance. We're going to start educating ourselves on insurance and pre-planning, and so that your family doesn't have to scramble and make arrangements when you know, when the day comes when great grandma passes away, we should be able to just mourn the loss of grandma, not scramble to find money. And then, cause you're not getting the chance to heal and say
and
bye.
more.
Yeah,
You're not.
That's not.
You're
Don't be a burden to your family. If a lot of us think certain things are a burden, but leaving your family with the responsibility of your burial when you could have handled that, or having to find funding for your burial and everything when you could have handled that while you were alive, don't do that. Don't do that no more. I don't want to see any more car washes. I don't want to see no GoFundMe's. I don't want to see no Facebook posts.
I for damn sure don't want to see any of your family members standing in the middle of MLK and Lake Mead with a sign with your face on it. I'm just saying, like, you shouldn't be. And a lot of those be scam artists anyway, so I really don't know who to donate to.
I don't donate to none of them. I watch.
You be seeing these kids running up to the car with pictures and donate for the funeral. I'm like, where the hell was the life insurance? Like, it's a wrap. And before anybody says anything, GoFundMe is a really good source for things such as medical expenses, stuff like that, because that's all stuff that it's not. You can only cover so much of that.
Right. And you don't know that's gonna happen.
You don't know that's gonna happen. But the thing about it is, even insurance savings, like, we just gotta do better financially in 2018, Black people.
We gonna help y'all.
I wanted to read this thing my friend Nikki posted on the meme. She said, I need everyone to get insurance for everything. People use GoFundMe like a job. If you're committing crimes, sign up for prepaid legal. If you live in an apartment in a raggedy ass neighborhood, get rental insurance. If you buy an old ass house, get a warranty. I can go on forever. But it's so true, though.
It is.
It's so true. But I was like weak at the whole, if you're committing crimes, get prepaid legal.
And yeah.
I mean, but
you'll thank yourself.
You will. Number 2 for me, man rompers. Just stop.
Yeah, they should never have began.
No, they shouldn't. And I don't want to see them on my timeline in 2018.
The only person I want to see it in romping is a mechanic.
And that ain't even a romper. Those is called coveralls. Those is called coveralls. That's all we want to see. We do deal with the coveralls, but when you coming out with some rayon silk print, just don't. Please stop.
Don't do it.
Who was that? What rapper was that actually had on some goddamn gladiator sandals with his? Was that Young Thug? It was either Young Thug or one of them other little crazy looking little dudes that's out now. Number 3, oh god, this is something that irks my soul. Distressed jeans with extra big holes.
I think they're kind of cute.
No. If you have on distressed jeans and your entire thigh is out, bitch, just put some shorts on. Like, you literally just, your entire thigh is out. What are you covering?
Nothing.
And I be seeing people in wintertime.
Oh yeah, they
just wear some shorts.
They wrong.
Please. Number 4, folks hating on Beyonce.
Stop it.
I will cut you.
If y'all don't go somewhere right now today,
you miserable ass people.
Okay, how you gonna hate on Beyonce?
And y'all been hating on her since Destiny's Child for shit that her daddy was doing. Just let it go. Let that woman live. And finally, someone who has freckles, real ass freckles, faux freckles.
That was a thing this year.
Can you guys not put the tape with the freckles on your nose and have them evenly, perfectly lined up?
That looks dumb.
It's stupid.
It looks dumb.
It's really stupid. Freckles, they're supposed to, my mom used to say they're beauty marks, whatever, but they're not supposed to be like perfect. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're just supposed to be throughout your face. Like, just stop. And that's it. That's all I got. That's just my 5.
Okay, number 1 for me is I don't want to see or hear about anybody touching anybody. All y'all keep your damn hands to yourself. Don't touch nobody. Keep your zippers up. Don't make no comments that are inappropriate. Stop trying to promise people jobs and all this yada 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 yada. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. Don't do it.
We're over it.
Fidget spinners.
I think my kids are over them, so I'm good.
I don't get it, and I wish they would just go away.
Look, what I'm going to say is this. It did, at one point, help me at work when I was looking through reports and stuff like that and trying to find stuff. Because I normally tap my pen on my desk, so this was the quiet way of me concentrating. But then, one of the things fell off and I just went back to tapping my pen.
Yeah, they do fall apart.
Yeah.
And they get lost, and there's one under the stove because it slid out all the way.
So this is a personal story.
It is. I don't like them. And I'm tired of buying them. Haters and negative people. I didn't know haters were still out there.
They still there.
Stop hating. Now, when you hate on people, that means you need to check yourself.
Yeah.
You're mad because of something else. It doesn't have nothing to do with anybody out there. Why you mad at the strippers? Why you mad at that person rolling in a Mercedes? Why you mad? Why you mad? Why you mad?
Like, it's no reason to be.
Stop being a freaking hater.
If you want what they got, strive for greatness, because that's probably what they got, or they probably got it because they was being great or whatever the fuck they do.
And it don't matter how they got it, but why are you mad that they have it or that they look like this? And why are you mad though? Why you mad, ho?
Just let it go.
Right. And negative people, listen, haters and negative people don't live in my world. So them fake ass push-up bras.
All the ones where they string up. I'm so sick of seeing celebrity titties on my timeline.
I'm tired with a T at the end. I'm tired of seeing them damn strings being pulled and them boobies ain't going nowhere. They still low.
They just squished together.
Right. They just pulled them together. But what you gonna do about the lifting part? Like they still at your belly button.
The first time I saw them, I was like, so is she going to put another bra on top of that? Like, is that just to keep it in the bra?
Like, what is she going to do to, like, you just covered the nipple. Like, you got pasties. But I'm tired of seeing them damn things, too. And I don't want to see another person shot by the police with no justice.
Jesus.
I don't want to see another person shot by the police, period. And I don't want to see another person shot by the police with no justice, especially our black people and our melanin rich people. I'm tired of seeing, and I'm tired of seeing the, damn it. I'm tired of them damn police beating our asses. I'm tired of it.
I literally have an expectation for that. And it's not putting negative energy out into the air. It's not, or to the universe. It's not doing none of that. It's just, the shit just happens like water falls from a faucet. It's natural, you know, and that's unfortunate. But I feel like if I put it in my mind, oh no, justice is going to be served, blah, 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 then I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. So I will go out, I will rally, I will do everything that I can. But I know in the back of my head,
we just have to come together as a collective so we can do what needs to be done for these people to be held accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
I had a bonus one.
I got a bonus one too, so go ahead.
No, you go first.
No, you go first.
I don't want to see number 45 and a third, aka orange drink. I don't want to see you in 2018.
I'm all for the impeachment.
Quick, fast, and
Please.
in a hurry. He's been in there too long.
I know that a lot of people or a lot of Democrats, they're pushing for it, but I just the thing about it is, like, after him, then we have to deal with Mike Pence.
I know.
And I feel like it's one of those situations where
it's catch-22.
You either deal with it in your face and the motherfucker talking shit and being arrogant, or you watch a motherfucker being sneaky, saying one thing and actually doing another.
It's literally like, a countdown.
Which one is the less of the two evils, you know?
It's a countdown.
So my bonus one is bad lace fronts. Damn it. Listen. By now, because lace fronts have been out for quite some time, you guys should know to lay your goddamn edges down. Lay them down. Just get that toothbrush in the gel and smooth that shit on back. Because I'm tired of when you push your hair behind your ear, your hairline don't match the texture of your unprocessed virgin Brazilian wavy. I'm over it. I'm over it. I even carry a toothbrush and gel in my purse just in case during the day, because my hair is natural. It may roll back up into the nap. I go back in with that. Y'all should see the movement I'm doing. Y'all go back in with that toothbrush and fix that shit and be like, boom. Fix it.
Be prepared, y'all. So what do you want to see in 2018?
I actually think this year, 2017, we actually had quite a big stride, like, in the black community. A lot of things happened, like political wise, stuff like that. I want to see more of that in 2018, especially in politics. You know, we got pre-term elections coming up, things like that. So, you know, make sure we get into the polls and doing what we're supposed to do. You know, like they said, voting doesn't help, but that's bullshit because these most recent elections show that it does.
Yeah.
So I want to see more of that. I want to see more. I want to see more Black boy joy. Like, I feel like the ladies did their thing in 2017. So 2018 should be the year of our kings. Let them come out and just do what they supposed to do, you know, and just show up and show out and just make these others look stupid.
Yes.
I had a lot of other stuff, but I can't think about it right now.
Well, I made a list.
All right.
And it was Black girl and Black boy magic. Let's both be the bomb next week. Equality and peace.
Amen.
Money. Where my money at?
Yes.
Give me my money.
Financial blessings. Happiness.
Miguel. And Cardi B. Because you know what? She did her thing. And you know what? I just want to see her. Keep going. Because she was the way the people treated her.
They dogged her out.
Yeah, and now she's kind of having the last laugh. So I really like that. And she's still humble. Yeah. Although, you know, she still talk her shit. But I like that she knows who she is and where she came from. Right. And she's young. So I just want to see her keep winning. One of the things that I do want to see is like a female hip hop like unity. Yeah, because there was a lot of separate them. There was a lot of, even though I appreciate Sheether and I still bump it. Yeah, it was a good one. There was a lot of separation in that particular industry, and you know, it's already hard enough as a woman to be in the hip hop realm. So if we have more unity in that area, I think a lot of big things can come from it. And I know a lot of people feel like Nicki Minaj was like the best since she came out because there was nobody else, no other competition. But there are so many other lot of them underground female rappers, and I would like to see them come forward and shine and just really like just be across the board unity, like how it used to be back in the day. Right. Because now there was like a post I was comparing Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, and I'm just like, stop. You can't even compare them. They're two different styles. Right. Why is there always a comparison when it comes to women? Like, I'm so over it. Stop comparing. Everybody has a lane, and there's room out there for everybody. There really is. There's a lane for everybody. So just stop. And not to mention, y'all will make more money working together. You'll make way more money. Yeah. So yeah. Never mind. I don't like when people do that. I was gonna say what I didn't want to see. Okay, what? Oh, the Kardashians. Whatever. Oh yeah, I don't even see them no more. They're just everywhere. I'm over them. My eyeballs don't process. So let's go move on to the melanated discussion. So since this episode will be released in the new year, I want to talk about goal setting, not resolutions. I don't like resolutions because I don't really appreciate when, no shade, it is what it is, but people say, oh, January 1st, I'm about to start doing this. I'm going to stop smoking. I'm going to work out. I'm going to da-da-da. And then middle of January, you see them outside with a cigarette. By March, they not going to the gym no more. Right. And not even then, the gyms be packed. January, first week of January, second week of January, February 1st, to be looking a little lonely. So I think that maybe just proper goal setting and not so much having to wait until the new year as a starting point. You could use every day as a starting point. I feel every day is a new day. Every day is a new day to make a decision to be better. You can use Monday as a day, but even that's pressure. Just make the decision to be like, you know what, today I'm going to start. So we wanted to kind of go through a couple things on how to stay on track and keeping your goals throughout the year. I know me personally, I have a lot of plans that I have coming up, business plans. you know, that I'll be working on starting in January, but I was working on it in December. So I don't really use January 1st as a starting point. So I would say go ahead.
So the first one is to set small milestones for your big goal. So a lot of people fail when they have like this huge goal and they're working towards that goal, but they're not looking at the small strides that they've taken to get there. So you definitely want to set those small milestones.
Break it down.
Break it down into like, you know, you can do it month by month, week by week. Yeah. Quarterly,
mini goals, you know,
semi-annually, you know, however you want to do it, just so that way you're looking at the bigger picture, but also the path that you're taking to get there.
Right. And it feels good. Like, for example, if you want to lose 20 pounds, you start with, I'm going to lose 2. Once you lose that 2, that's a celebration. Move on to the next 2, you know. So you're still on your way to the bigger goal, but there's great things that you did in between there too.
Yeah.
So focusing on the little things that you accomplished on your way to your bigger goal is a great way to stay on track because you don't feel like you're going nowhere. A big thing is surrounding yourself with like-minded people because misery loves company, and we all know that they do. I say don't be afraid to remove or stay away from people who don't serve the greater good. I am living that life because, listen, if you are a negative person or if you don't serve me in a positive way, not saying serve like, you know, but if you're not here to contribute to the positivity in my life, you gotta go.
Yeah,
I'm not dealing with you. You don't exist in my world.
Absolutely.
That crushes any goals that you have because you are on this high of being positive and you're excited about something, and then you got this little Eeyore looking ass person coming around sweeping their ears on the floor and shit, and they bring you down, and then you're like, you know, they tell you that you can't, you know, try to downplay your goal or try to downplay what you're trying to do. Or a lot of, you know, people say, oh, you got a lot going on, Rachel. Yes, I do. That doesn't mean I can't accomplish everything. Or, you know, they just try to throw a wrench in the gears, you know. So, no.
Yeah, no, you definitely want to get rid of those type of people. Also the people who ain't doing shit for themselves.
Right.
Those are ones like if I'm out and I'm working and you hollering, let's go to the bar like every night, then I need to cut you off because I need to be able to focus. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to have fun, but you don't have to like make this a lifestyle.
Yeah. And if they like to have fun, they go have all the fun. But if it doesn't line up with what you're trying to do, you might have to fall off for a little bit.
Yeah. You have to have equally yoked friends. You have
I hate
to.
that word.
Girl, but it's so real though.
Oh my God.
I mean, when you're looking at it from a biblical standpoint, you know, you have to have the person that's equal to you.
Yeah.
Same goals, same mind. Not necessarily same goals, but like have that same mindset to reach those goals.
If you want to be a millionaire, surround yourself with those, with millionaires. If you want to be a bum, hey, I'm sure you got a bunch of bum friends. If you like to party and go to the club every weekend, I'm sure that's the group of people that you're around. If you want to be greater, you know who to get yourself around. Get yourself around greater people in your eyes.
Yep.
Get yourself around people that you strive to be like, so that you know you can be just like that or better. That's you.
Budget properly. Not having a budget can definitely create a problem. So you want to make sure that you're looking at your goal and the financial aspect of it as a whole. Even though we say, you know, create these small milestones or whatever, look at the bigger picture and how you're going to get there financially. Because sometimes what happens is that you'll start a project, and I used to be really bad at this. I'm still kind of bad at it. I'll start a project, for instance, my house. I bought my house, had all these decorating ideas, but I didn't budget properly. I wasn't thinking of all the moving costs, and we had to refurnish everything. But I had all these ideas in my head, and I haven't been able to achieve them because we moved in, and now I have to pay off the credit for getting furniture and, you know, stuff like that. So you want to make sure you're looking at the picture as a whole financially. Make sure that when you're hitting those milestones, small milestones, you also take a look at what your budget is and where it's at that particular time. So that way you don't overshoot your budget, or if you need to expand or reach out to, you know, banks and stuff like that for loans, if it's business wise, you'll know what you need to do.
Right. That's a good one. Be prepared for the unexpected. Sometimes things happen, so be mentally prepared. I would say maybe be resilient, and don't let a trip make you fall. So, sometimes we have plans in our head and things are going to go a certain way on our way to our goal, and something happens. Don't let that ruin you from accomplishing what you're trying to accomplish.
Right. Just
keep going. Take that next day as a new day and just keep it going. Like when we started this podcast and we are trying to get the equipment, and I go to order the equipment, and that company, they're Jewish, so it was a holiday.
like every day.
It was a holiday, so they weren't shipping anything out, and we were supposed to have our first recording that following, or like 2 weeks after that. So we actually had to push back the first episode, and instead of us getting frustrated and be like, man, you know what, forget it, we kept going.
Yeah.
You just have to be able to move and shake through your goals. And just like on a football field, when you see them juke, you got to learn how to juke in life. So that is a big, that's a big tip for accomplishing your goals, is being able to kind of roll with the punches and kind of know when to bob, when you weave.
And if you do get knocked down, get back up.
It's okay.
It's okay. It happens. It's life.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't fall, how are you going to learn?
Right.
If you never fell off that bike, would you have ever learned how to ride a bike?
No.
So you have to keep going. Like, as adults, when do we get so passive with, giving up?
Yeah.
Don't give up. You just keep going. You keep going, and that's how you want your children to be. So you have to be an example, or if that's how you want people around you to be, you have to be an example. You keep going. And I've been able to accomplish some great goals just by continuing to go. If I told you about my summer, you'd be like, well, damn. So keep going.
Celebrate small strides toward your goal. So we talked about setting the milestones. When you hit those milestones, treat yourself to something. It don't have to be extravagant. Maybe take yourself to dinner, or, buy yourself something that's related to your business. Like, okay, well, I've reached this particular mark in my goal financially, so let me invest in better business cards, or something like that.
Yeah, something
so
make you feel good. Yeah.
Me personally, I like a spa day. When I feel like I've done something nice for myself or done something good for myself, I go to get my nails and my feet done. I mean, it's just a relaxing time for me, and it's me celebrating myself. Or have a drink, some wine, or 2 or 3 or 4, or whatever.
I need a girls' night out, and not even girls' night out. I just need a night out.
Yeah, that and that's also ties back into the like-minded people, because when you have those friends that are like, oh, girl, you reached this, let's go. They'll be like, let's go celebrate. Let's go celebrate you and lift you up because you did this, what I'm saying,
right,
towards your goal. So, yeah.
Next is take it day by day. Like I said, with kind of being prepared to overcome obstacles, is taking it day by day. Don't let one day ruin your whole week, your whole year. Don't let it ruin your plans. And then, I put that. So what I do is set yourself little reminders to stick to your goal. Mary Jane, if you ever seen that show, she uses like 1,000 sticky notes. They're everywhere. And it helps her, it reminds her that, she had little things on there that made her feel better about herself. But use little reminders. I put reminders in my phone. I put them everywhere. I write everything down, but remind yourself of your goals. Remind yourself how great you're doing, and make a list of, like, whenever you feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing, make a list of all the things that you've been able to accomplish up until that point.
You know what I started doing a couple of years ago? I actually started, when I accomplish something, I make it a Facebook status, but not so that I can share it with everybody, so that the next year, that on this day memory pops up to remind me. And most of the time, what's been happening is, like, I've done something, and then like the next year maybe I'm in a funk, or I don't feel like pushing forward, or that the assholes, depression and anxiety have taken over. And then I will look at my Facebook page and I'll see something, and it'll kind of help uplift me. I also have a hard copy day planner. I'm from the old school because my reminders on my phone, I'll just ignore them. But if I tell myself every day to look into my day planner, I normally stay on track with what I have to accomplish.
Yeah. That Facebook that on this day actually is, I really like that because it actually works the opposite way for me, because I can look back on posts and be like, I know I was going through something. And then I'm like,
look at me today.
Right. You know, like, damn, like I have come a long way. And it makes me feel good. Like, okay, you're not in the same spot. You're doing great.
Yeah.
So those are our little tips. What's your 2018 looking like? Well, we're already in it, supposedly, maybe.
Well, so we're here. Well, right now, I'm in New Orleans, eating up everything. My 2018, right now, I'm focusing on just my health. I need to lose a certain amount of weight. I know I need to lose that weight. I've been bullshitting. I actually had started off really good during the summer with a ton of weight loss, and then shit happened, and then I started emotionally eating or whatever. But this year, and this is not me setting a resolution. This is me reminding myself of some shit that I know that needs to happen. I need to drop some weight. I actually started a fitness group on Facebook a while back. And so we have, starting on January 8th, our online Biggest Loser Challenge.
I saw that, but I was like, what's that? Scroll.
Oh, no, girl.
I was like,
so
I don't know
I
how to do
started
that.
it off at $10 buy-in, and then we weigh bi-weekly because we're women. We all know that when your monthly's on, we gain those extra pounds. But you take a picture of the scale. If it's big, if it's higher, then you have to pay $1 anyways. So then some of the people came along and was like, well, let's up the ante. Let's do the buy-in at 20. And I was like, okay, bitches, let's go. Like, let's do it. So it's supposed to be a huge pot of money. It's going to go for 90 days. We'll see who wins, who does it.
You can still put the money in?
We haven't even started yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's not supposed to start to January 8th. So that's one of the things I'm focusing on, because after that, like the women that are in my group, we all have issues with weight health-wise. So I want to work to build that up a little bit more, just so that way we're like more of a support group.
Yeah.
So after that 90-day challenge, I'm going to come up with something else for that. I'm going to start working more on my book. I keep saying it, but I'm definitely making time to work more on my book, which was started a while back, so I got to make some revamps to it. Y'all know how life gets. And my son's graduating high school, so we're working on, getting him ready to start college. And then overall, just being a better wife, a better mother, better sister, of course, the podcast.
Yeah.
That's definitely, like, business-wise, is definitely the podcast. One of the reasons why I stopped my blog, I did tell you guys, because of Squarespace, but I have been suffering from the worst case of writer's block. Like, it's been bad. And I normally will have like ideas just popping out of my head, but it's like I've lost my muse. So I'm going to find my muse again, which is why I want to do a lot of traveling, because a lot of times what will prompt me to want to write a blog is something I see that's different.
Oh, okay.
But I noticed like most of my content just started being about the same things, social injustices, things like that. And there's more to life than, dealing with that on the daily. And I want my blog to be a place where people can come and read and not feel depressed about what's going on in the world. So it's still a FU to Squarespace. But that's going to be back up and running as soon as I have a feeling as soon as I come back from New Orleans, I'm going to hit the ground running. So we'll see. What about you?
I'm really excited about 2018. This year, because we're still in 2018 right now, or 2017. 2017 was a year that I had to work hard and prove myself So it was a year of proving myself, and now I've proved myself, and now I know that I've proven to myself that I'm worthy, and I can charge what I need to charge in order for myself to make a living. And I've proven myself to people where I have a clientele that they know my work, and I'm credible. Basically, I've just proven my credibility. I've shown that I can remain consistent. So in 2018, that's my goal, is to remain consistent. Keep realizing that anything that I want to do, that I can. I have a list of things written down, the things that I want to do and things that I want to accomplish. I'm going to keep doing that. My goal is to take more time out for my kids, and my goal this year also is to, if I cry, let them be tears of joy and not tears of sadness. That is what my 2018 is looking like, is more happiness, more money, more fun, and just me just being a better person, and focusing on the small things in life, which are the greatest, most priceless things in life: your children, your happiness, your peace.
Right.
That's my 2018, is get
good.
these businesses popping. Let me be a good mom and leave me alone.
Yeah. I got stuff going to, like, business wise, that I'm gonna be working with, or my husband, but that probably won't really roll out until 2019, because we're gonna take our time with that. It's because what we're looking at, a lot of people rush into it, and those particular people don't last.
Yeah, you have to be prepared with certain things. Some people just jump the gun and do stuff, and that's where they find out that they're lacking something that they really, really need for the business.
Yeah, sometimes the impulse decisions and stuff like that, they don't really work out for them, or they thought it was a passion, but it's really not once you get into it.
Right, yeah, that
part. Shit looks good on the surface. You can be like, oh, I want to do this, and that, but once you get into it, it's kind of like, this is not what I expected, and I don't want to do this anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, you have to gauge yourself and plan accordingly. The great thing about life is you can always redirect into another direction.
Yeah.
So that's, just keep that in mind. I love that. I love consistency. I think you can make anything big with consistency.
Yeah, you can.
Anything.
Yeah.
Consistency is going to stick. You keep throwing shit at a wall, it's going to stick. So I'm going to keep throwing this shit at y'all, and I bet you it's going to stick.
I did want to say, too, I've left off that I mentioned on last week's episode, or this week, or we gonna say last week.
Yeah. Last
week's episode, when we had Island Bay Cole on here, that I wanted to get more into more activism and into more philanthropy. I have a social worker background, from when I was in college, and I feel like I need to start putting that to use. There's so much shit that can be done. We also were talking about, when Wesley leaves, my oldest son leaves, that we were going to look into getting foster kids. So that's another thing that I'm going to be looking into for 2018 as well, because it's time to give back. Like, I feel like, even though I'm not a resident of Las Vegas, I'm a resident here, but I didn't grow up here. My community, if it was not for my community in San Diego, I can't really say how my life would have been. It was so many after school programs and, reading programs where they were giving out books and stuff like that. And I don't really see that a lot anymore, Yeah. So those are things that I want to try and dabble into as well.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not really an aggressive activist, I should say. I'm more of a laid back, I'm gonna tell you what it is type of person, but I definitely, one thing is I do want to bring awareness for our Black community. I want to help educate them on certain issues like insurance, finances. Because when I started reading up on insurance, I was really mad. I never knew this. How come no one told me? So
right.
I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. So, with plans going forward, I just want to do whatever I can to help make other people better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this wasn't a very long show, but Happy New Year. Oh, what did I say? Happy New Year. Happy New Year. And we'll be recording the actual first episode of the new year next week. Y'all hear that. So again, we thank you a lot for listening, and we really thank our listeners for being consistent with going on every Thursday and listening to the podcast. We just going to continue to ask you to share, because we want to keep doing this and we want more exposure and we want to be able to do things with the podcast. So just please keep sharing.
Yes, please keep sharing. Share. And also, guys, like we've said it so many times, we really want to hear from you. Like, email us. Yes. Do not be scared to email us. Do not be scared to send like topics that you think, you want us to discuss on the show that you think would be really good. Like, I get a lot of people will tag me to stuff. It's like, oh, maybe for the podcast, send an email so that way we could pull it that way. And actually, because those tags get lost in translation on my Facebook. I'm just saying, y'all. Yeah. So send an email to us, and, King, Queen, we're always looking for people in the community. We don't always want that to be celebrities. Right. And it really feels good for that particular thing to be personable, like someone we know or someone that we know knows. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, guys, we definitely want to hear from you.
All right. So be sure to check out our website at melaninboulevard.com. That's completely spelled out. And of course, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to Melanin Boulevard, spelled out, on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and don't be petty. Give us those 5 stars. Please, we need ratings. We see them creeping up just little by little. But we need those 5 stars. Please rate us. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Melanin Boulevard, and that Boulevard is abbreviated. And don't forget to tell your friends so they can tell their friends, and then maybe we can be friends. To tune in every Thursday. See y'all later.
Bye, guys. And this week's episode was executively produced by Brandy Harrison.